Hi Hawks, it's me Teal. I know, new intro. Today YouTubers are gonna control my speed build, so you might end up seeing one of your favorite. Okay, my dog wants to run away from me. Today you might end up seeing one of your favorite Animal Crossing YouTubers in this video. But yeah, today we're gonna be building a campsite. I really don't know what to do with it, so I can just leave it to my friends slash make new friends slash I don't know what to do for content, so I'm bringing my friends. I just want to give a shout out to all the wonderful creators I do mention in this video, and I really hope they come up with a cute design, because if they don't, I don't want to redo a campsite, which is why I've chosen creative creators. Without further ado, let's get on to the first category. Before we log into the game, I decided with my first question would be what time of day the speed build should be built in slash seen. I asked my good friend Rose to decide what time of the day, and she said,
Hi Teal, it's Rose from the channel Rosewood. This video idea is so cool, by the way. Oh my goodness, so excited to be a part of it. I think you should film your campsite in sunrise. Some of my favorite memories of camping is waking up super early when no one is awake besides the squirrels and the birds, and drinking a cup of coffee and relaxing outside as the sun rises. It's so quiet and peaceful, so that is my vote for the time of day you should film your campsite. I'm so excited, I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Okay, well, thank you, Rose, for that story. So let's set our time to sunrise, drink the cup of coffee that Rose mentioned, and hopefully I am a coffee person. So let's wake up and maybe we'll listen to my new ACNE song, which is not really new because I planned on uploading this video 3 months ago, Last Cup of Coffee. Someday we'll have our last conversation and drink our last cup of coffee. Someday we might be 80 and think about the different things we used to say. All the memories of you will just become a ghost of a smile caught in the wind someday. Next, Miss Lex Plays decided to, give us a little time limit. Well, I asked Lex, of course, but Lex said that we only get 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours to do an entire build, and you guys might think that's a lot of time, but it's really not. So I'm gonna see if I'm as talented as Lex to do a speed build in 1.5 hours. Thank you for challenging me, I guess. Moving on, let's look at the shape and how big the campsite is going to be. I have asked my favorite person who makes reels on Instagram, Abby /Kohaku Crossing, and Abby said we should try and make it in 1.5 quadrant and it should be an L shape. So this is quite an interesting shape. The thing is, my island is symmetrical, so I'm gonna try and do 2 L's so it meets in the center, which is technically a U shape, so it's not an L shape. But I'm just gonna think that it's an L shape, okay? I don't know where I'm going with this plan, but I'm just building cliffs, and let's just honestly see how this goes. I think that if we do a little, a walkway into the campsite and make it like surrounded with stuff, like surrounded with like cliffs all around, it would give it a really cozy vibe because it's like packed away from the rest of like the elegant town. And the campsite is supposed to be a little natural, although it will be elegant at the same time. Honestly, this 5 a.m. music, because I'm hearing the Animal Crossing music at the same time that is playing from the clips, it's just making me feel so calm. And the time I was building this was definitely not 5 a.m. Oh yeah, funny story about that. I was in an online meeting, and by mistake, my video source became my screen source, or like game capture or whatever. And I logged into the meeting and my camera was on, and this was like happening in the background. So I quickly left. Thankfully nobody realized, but that was a really stressful moment whilst I was building this. And yeah, I just remembered that because I was like, because this is the area that I was building, and also because I talked about how I was, being in online meetings, not paying attention to it, and yeah, all of that fun stuff. next, I wanted to start decorating these top cliffs for the entrance of the campsite area. So we will need some items for these. But to make it a little trickier for me, I thought of asking Katie from CALLA COVE to give us a color scheme that we should use. So let's play the voice message that Katie sent in, and you guys can hear her beautiful voice.
Hello, hello. Okay, I am really excited to get this question about what color scheme you should add to blue and teal tones for your campsite. I'm a big fan of going with colors that are opposite on the color wheel. So if you're doing blue and teal, then I'm going to suggest that you also use orange. And that is a little bit of my own personal bias coming into play because blue and orange is one of my favorite color combinations. Anyway, can't wait to see what you come up with.
Okay, so blue and orange. I generally don't use orange, but I personally also want contrasting color schemes. Oh my god, great minds think alike. Let's go to our Nook shopping and order some items as well as look through our DIY. Okay, this script is clearly outdated because I already got the items. So yeah, by the way, I made a script. Oh my god, 2,289 words. I'm not even kidding. But oh my god, I did so much work for this video and it's taken so long to like happen. Anyways, yeah, I got these panels from Nathan Far Crossing on Instagram. I will definitely leave a link along with all the codes that I use in the description down below. Anyways, moving on to the second topic, I think we need some textures in it now. So we asked none other than Console Kato to help us with the texture that we need, the Pro Island designer Kato. And we asked her whether like something like wood, dirt, brick, plastic. I don't know, plastic kind of matches my vibe, you know, it's kind of like toxic like me. Anyways, Kato said I think you should use brick. Wood is too easy, so I hope you're up for a challenge. Well, I'm hoping that I am up for the challenge too, because this is definitely out of my comfort zone. So what I plan to do, I used the brick floating blocks to make a bridge to enter into the campsite. I thought this was a creative way of putting in the texture that Kato asked for, but at the same time using it in a way that I've seen people do before, and it's so creative. So if you don't know how to do this, basically, you need to have two cliffs on two sides and have a little pathway in between. This pathway can be however wide you want. It depends on you, but I decided to make it 2 blocks wide. You will need normal blocks to place on top of the cliffs, and then it has to be on the edge. And then you also need to order some floating blocks. You could get these at the time we had the Mario update because that is where they're from, or you can do them by like visiting treasure islands and stuff like that. Okay, so after placing the bricks, I decided to add a little bit of items, and this included like some statues. I also tried to use the marsh parasol because I know that it had both a white and orange version, so I think that would go along with the color scheme that we have. Although white is not blue, you know, it's kind of similar, and I thought of putting the green strange one, but I didn't think it would match. And I also put the spooky carriage because it looks so grand, and I thought that the lighting would look pretty cool as well. Plus, I want to use unconventional items sometimes, so yeah. I asked Sienna Crossing, and I asked Sienna, what flowers do you want me to use? Sienna originally said hyacinths and mums because they work really well for campsites and anywhere, honestly. I love them, Sienna's words. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can do with the hyacinths because I incorporated them on this top level, but let's see if we can use them in the actual campsite. I honestly don't remember if I used them in the actual campsite instead of like the top layers, but I'm really happy we got to use them because they go so well with Nathan Far Crossing's panels that we have, which are like wisteria trees or not willow trees, I don't know, they're just hanging vines, I don't know what you want me to call them, but they're so magical, and I'm really happy I got challenged with this color scheme because otherwise it would just be all blue and all boring. So yeah, I will just leave you to be for some time and then we'll get on to the next category.
Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home.
So now we have the time to put some in-game pathing. I had asked Dream Crossing. This was a really long time ago, as you can tell. I don't think Dream is uploaded in a while, but let us go ahead because Dream is insanely creative. Dream said the paths that we could use is the stone path, light dirt, and dark dirt. So we will be using a mix of all of these, but for now I use the stone path over here. I'm pretty sure this is the stone path because the arched one is the other one, right? Right, yes, that makes sense. But yeah, we're using the stone path to go in. Although it won't be seen that much from here, I feel like it just adds to the little detail, you know, in case you're seeing it from another angle and it shows. You know, we have backup. That is what we have. Backup. Yes, I stand by that. And I'm also extending it over here so that it can link up to my other pathing of my other island. Not other island, other parts of my island. And yeah. Also, there's an orange like man-faced beetle on that, and it kind of reminded me of the blue and orange contrast. That was kind of perfect. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to add that little detail. I don't know why. I saw it and I just yeah, cute bug. Anyways. Now that we've placed the panels in both the top and the bottom, let's continue this bridge to actually show you guys what it looks like. Now, a tip for if you're actually making this bridge, make sure you place your pathing before, because I tested this and you cannot place pathing under a floating block after you finish placing the floating block on top. So make sure you place the pathing before if you want to do it, because as you can tell, it is a mess doing this bridge because it takes so long to place the floating block connecting to the other blocks, and you sometimes, when you're pressing Y to get the item back, it removes your pathing. There we go. We finished the bridge. First try. Totally not 7,000 attempts of missing and failing. Anyways, now let's actually work on the cliffs surrounding the campsite. So we're gonna make, this is technically gonna be the fourth layer because we're on the second, the cliffs are the third, and this, what we're building right now, is gonna be the fourth layer. So what I'm gonna be doing is, I don't know if you guys remember, but there is a glitch which gets you to the fourth layer of an island. I'm gonna be using that glitch, and I actually have mastered it. I don't know if you guys know, but I am now a master of that. So yeah, we're gonna be using that. This takes us to a new category, waterscaping. I was gonna say waterforming. Anyways, you can see that I've terraformed the cliffs, but we haven't touched the waterscaping tool this early morning. So let's go ahead and see what Clara, or as you guys may know how as Star Fragments, has to say. I've played Valorant with Clara like twice or thrice before, and let me say she's insane. So Clara says that I think the water should be built as a waterfall off to the side, flowing down into a pond. I hope it turns out great. Well, thank you for your response, and also, yeah, I really hope it turns out great as well. So what we're gonna do is have waterfalls surrounding the entire place and float from the sides, but float from all three sides. Kinda hacking, kinda cheeky. Also, I decided to add my own personal touch since I am an Animal Crossing YouTuber as well. I don't know if you know. 𝙃𝙖𝙬𝙬𝙨. Not 𝙃𝙖𝙬𝙀, that's my Twitch. Oh, was that a plug? I think that was a genuine mistake. Wow, I didn't do a shameless plug for once. But yeah, I decided that I would have butterflies in this campsite. Did anyone tell me? No. Did I want to have a touch that I normally use but not that often and they look really beautiful? Yes. So I experimented with having butterflies all over, and let me tell you, it just looks magical. I am really happy with the way that I've created this entire build. I feel like it's unique, and do not do that, because if you by mistake like do that and you waterscape a waterfall cliff above, you need to destroy everything and, you know, get it back. But I just had to do this because the butterfly was turned another way around because I was dumb to place it in the other way. But yeah, I had to go back, and since I couldn't climb up, I had to waterscape all the way back. So there was one point of time where I got stuck, which you won't be seeing because that's the magic of editing. You won't be seeing that, but I did get stuck, and let me tell you, I didn't like it. I had to go all the way back of the blue block butterflies, and that was a hectic ride. Okay, so we can finally move on to the fourth cliff. So this was actually my first try, I'm not even kidding. Basically what the glitch is, I forgot to put like the cliff back, so I will be going back down anyways because I don't have that much space anyways, but it allows you to go on the fourth level, and I am placing trees so that we can have some height. Now I did ask a special YouTuber to get me like to pick the trees, but the trees that I use are not the orange trees, so this is kind of like hacking, but yes, I will use those special trees in the special entrance when we come to it. But for now I'm using orange trees and blue hydrangea bushes to just surround them, and I think this adds a really unique touch. I've been using these orange trees quite often, and I know my island's supposed to be blue and all, but the contrast just helps a lot. Thanks Katie for that tip, by the way. I think it's gonna turn out great that we have some contrast in it now. So yeah, now we have some contrast, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna surround the entire tree section with bushes all around. So yeah, let me cut to that. Okay, this is the last bush. I know you guys can tell that the time has kind of changed. It's because this was a little frustrating to just keep placing bushes, so I got bored, so it went to the next day. No wait, I time traveled back a bit, but yeah, I'm still keeping track of the time that I'm using. I used up around 10 minutes for that, I think, so I'm gonna add that to the time so that we have the accurate time. Wait, how did this footage get over here? Wait, what am I gonna— oh god, no, I'm stealing bushes from my island. Yeah, you're not supposed to see this. Okay, moving on to the more waterscaping. Now Clara said to make a pond, but little did Clara know that I'm gonna make a massive pond, which is technically a lake, but you can question me on my geography later, okay? I don't have time for this. I saw this rock spawning here, and I honestly thought it would be a perfect opportunity to make this my rock garden, although I don't have the patience to wait so long to upload this video because it's anyways been too late. So I am gonna wait for the rocks to come, and hopefully when they've all come in I can show you guys a picture in one of my future videos, because right now I clearly don't have the time for that. And that is where I messed up, just by the way, for the blue emperor thingy. And yeah, I started crying in game, not IRL or anything. No, why would I cry about such a small thing that took me literally 15 minutes to figure out? Okay, so yeah, we're basically making a little pond, and I'm gonna keep 3 places on each side so that we have rocks surrounding them, and then we're gonna do a little something for the entrance area. Like, there's a bridge, but we need like a grander entrance, you know? Thank you so much, Kayla, by the way, for picking the bridge. Kayla picked the Zen bridge. That was the 10th question that I asked. You guys don't see it that much except for the end bit, so stick around till the end to see it. Okay, so for the special trees, I asked none other than EJ Plays to decide what trees we should use. EJ said to use bamboo trees because they're not used that often. Don't know the exact code because I don't have my script up. But yeah, that's gonna be super fun because I actually haven't used bamboo at all on this island, or to be fair, any island, because this is my first island. I've not used it in like a proper build. Like, I got them when, I was starting out and my theme was like normal core, as you would classify it, but I actually haven't gotten to use the bamboo trees, so I'm really excited to incorporate like this into my build. So thank you, EJ, for that suggestion. And yeah, I decided to feature them at the front of the campsite so that we can get a little entrance. Okay, moving on to the next question. Next, I asked Rosie if Rosie wanted me to include any specific custom design, and Rosie Horizons gave us this cute Lacy Rug code, and oh my god, I don't know why, but I always stayed away from like rugs because I thought they took too much space, but this looks so heckin' cute in this campsite, and I'm gonna use this more often on my island, especially because we haven't decorated our beaches yet, so that's gonna be super useful to us. And over here I did want to place bamboo trees, but then I realized, Nintendo doesn't allow us to place trees next to water, which is still kind of annoying, but yeah, that would be cool. But we just put some hydrangeas there because yeah. And I also wanted to incorporate more of the dark dirt and light dirt pathing. So I took the light dirt, and there's this custom design which I will leave the link down below. And if I place it like this, it alternates between the green and the light dirt, and it looks so cute. Like, I've seen these in so many builds, and I'm so happy that I finally got to use them. So yeah, I'm just going around and placing this everywhere, and I thought that it gave it a really nice look. The next question was for one of my close friends, Ness. I asked Ness which fences should we use, and Ness suggested that we use a combination of hedges and spooky fences. So I've seen this combination many times, including on Cloud Isle, which is Maddie's island, which I will be uploading an island tour soon. Or it might have been uploaded before this, I'm not sure, but I've already recorded that. But yeah, it looks super cool together, so I'm gonna use them between the bamboo trees so that can look cool like that. And also, when we enter the campsite, there's this grand entrance, which I'll do a speed build of later on, because there's so much content in this video that I can't put it all in one video without making it like an hour long. So yeah, that is there as well. And I think it gives it a good vibe when you see it from this angle. It does block you off, but at the same time, it looks super cool.
The devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't. Oh, the devil that you don't. Oh, the devil that you don't.
Last but not least, I'm sorry everyone else in the video, but I saved the best for my last. I asked my online best friend, aka Judy. We've done a collab before. We've done Build Wars. Go check out her channel, definitely. So I asked Judy for the centerpiece of the campsite, because that's what you're gonna be when you like pan up. You're gonna be looking at this centerpiece, so it has to be important. So I asked Judy, and Judy said to use something to play with the lighting in the game and use like zodiac furniture, street lamps, or like floor lighting, and to use like the lighting that they give us in this game to create a nice effect. So I'm using a bunch of like the Capricorn ornament, and then there's the Scorpio lamps which add to the lighting. So I think this was a really cool suggestion. I think this might have been my favorite suggestion, because I was just gonna put like, you know, like some basic moon or something like that, but I'm so happy that I got to use this. It looks so elegant with like the entire gold aesthetic. And I also put some blue rose panels behind it, which gave it an extra, you know, flair and like teal touch. I just said blue, but let's pretend it's teal. And yeah, I really liked the way that it turned out. So my overall impressions for this campsite, I really like the way it turned out. I think some of the creators pushed me to do things that I would never have thought of, and I'm so happy that I was challenged in such a nice way to make it unique. Really helped me with my burnout, and I'm so excited that I reached out to so many creators even though it was a long time ago. And yeah, let me know what you think of my campsite, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I can upload more often. I'll see you next time. Bye!